Hey guys, Star Fury here yet again, this time well rested thankfully, and as I said in my previous video about Stark Tech, I am now going to be showing off my first ever mod that I made, SpringCraft, which as you see, adds in these two fun looking mascot costumes right here, that I'm sure are not harmful or dangerous in any manner at all. Don't quote me on that. But anyways, this is the latest version of the mod that I literally just published today. Um, so I'm going to be showing off some of its features, how it works and whatnot, and stuff like that. So to start, I'm going to show you how to craft the suit. And for that, we're going to start over here. You're going to need these two items. You can make springs with 3 iron nuggets in such a pattern, and use those springs to make spring lock mechanisms. Now you're going to need a handful of these. Not a lot, but a pretty hefty amount. And with that said, you can then craft the suit, which as you can see, requires wool, iron, and spring locks. So I'll just go and show all those recipes. Yeah, that's how you make the spring lock suit. And if you stick it on, you immediately see you get an overlay. Shows you're wearing the mask and whatnot. But of course, should probably do something about that sometime soon. There we go. But of course, you can press X and toggle the mask. So I can open that right up, show off your beautiful, glorious face right before your horrible demise. And yeah. Now, this suit on its own doesn't really do anything. It's not great armor. It can't break. It's unbreakable, but it does not offer any protection whatsoever. It's purely for cosmetic purposes. It's literally just a mascot outfit. You use it to look pretty. But you can press G while in the suit and put it into animatronic mode. This currently doesn't do anything. This is still trying to come up with things for this. But as you can see, it just stands there on its own, doesn't move around or anything. But you can't put it on right away. You can see in the prompt you have to use a hand crank, which is this little puppy right here. You can make this with a spring, some iron, and sticks. And if you right-click the suit with this, bonk, it gives you that right back. You can stick it right on and wear it in all your beautiful glory. Now, I'm sure you're asking, what's with this? And for those of you who don't play Five Nights at Freddy's or don't know anything about it, you're probably very, very confused as to why the suit is old, rotten, a little moldy, and probably has a dead guy in there. That's because it does. I'm going to show you that right now. So, whenever you're wearing a spring lock suit, you of course look fabulous. You have the overlay and whatnot. But there is a very big danger that comes with wearing these. They do not like moisture whatsoever. Because let me explain to you how a spring lock suit works for those of you that don't know. For those of you that do know, you're probably very scared for me right now standing in front of this. But let me explain. A spring lock suit is a concept from Five Nights at Freddy's. It is an animatronic that can compress its internal mechanisms against the sides of the suit and allow enough space for a person to climb inside and wear it like a mascot. However, the spring lock mechanisms that hold all these mechanisms in place are very, let's say, volatile. They break easily, and they can loosen easily. If you push on them, even breathe on them wrong, they will pop loose. And all those animatronic bits being held against the sides suddenly pop back into place, while a person is still in the suit. So, you can imagine it makes absolutely no obstacle of the human body inside it, and pops all those animatronic mechanisms right back into place, and just pierces right through you, and it's a very gruesome, horrible sight. So you're about to experience that. So if I just, dip my toes in the water, So what you just saw there is a spring lock failure. It is what and as you can see, you come back to life, but not entirely yourself. But that was a spring lock failure. It is exactly what I just described, but in Minecraft. So now you are SpringTrap. You are a dead guy whose soul haunts the very thing that killed him. And it's not a pretty sight. And this comes with a few downsides and upsides. Downsides, you're slow, as you can see. You are very slow. Upsides, mobs do not attack you. And you get strength. Look at that. You can also see in the dark. So if I switch it to night real quick, you can see very well in the dark. Another downside is you are trapped in the suit. So say I'm in survival, I cannot take this off at all. I'm stuck like this. I also cannot press G and put it into animatronic mode because, again, it's already in animatronic mode. You're just still inside it when it happened. So, yeah, that's how you become SpringTrap. Now, currently, there is no in survival possible way to unspringtrap yourself other than dying. Yeah, if you die again, you go back to normal, but until then, you're just kind of stuck like this. I'm going to eventually have it to where you are invulnerable to almost all damage except for fire. Fire will be the one thing that can hurt / kill you. So, yippee. But luckily for me, I have implemented this little command to undo my own demise, and I can now pull this right off. So, yippee. Not mean to take a screenshot there. On the other hand, if I were wearing this Springlock suit, I can type /Springlock and a player and trigger a Springlock that way. So yeah, that's a fun time for everyone. However, in order for that command to work, I both have to not already be spring-locked, and I have to be wearing the full suit. So if I try to do this without wearing the full suit, you can see it tells me I'm not wearing a full spring-lock suit. Now, something I probably should have mentioned earlier. This is a little out of place. But what happened here is there's actually a 20% chance that you become SpringTrap whenever you die to a Springlock failure. I somehow got that first try. I wasn't expecting that. But if you don't hit that 20% chance, you just die. It just kills you normally. You die a normal, boring Minecraft player death. So let me show you what that is like. So if I do game rule possession chance 0, that means there's a 0% chance for me to possess the suit, and so you'll just see what happens when I get spring locked normally. So let me go into survival and dip my toes. So yeah, as you can see, whenever that happens, you just die a normal Minecraft player death. You get your suit back, and whatnot. So yeah, it's just a boring player death. Now, another thing you might have noticed in this chest is this little baby. This is just a standard weapon. You can make it like this, and boom. It's literally just a stabby knife. That's all you do with it. I really just put it there for roleplay purpose. But I mean, hey, if you really want to use it in survival as a weapon, go for it. I ain't gonna stop you. But that's pretty much it. The Springtrap suit is not obtainable in survival except for via Springlock failure. So if you want to wear this without getting Springlocked, you're kind of out of luck. Unless you want to go into create or cheat it in somehow. But other than that, yeah, that's pretty much the whole mod. It's still going to be receiving plenty of updates. There's going to be no shortage of those. Sorry, I didn't quite plan this out. I'm kind of making this up as I go. Uh, so yeah, if you enjoy it, go ahead and give it a download. It's already up on CurseForge. Still working on Modrinth. Um, join the Discord for sneak peeks and shit about future updates. And I hope you all enjoyed. Like, subscribe for more. The usual. Leave a comment on any feedback you may have or any future mod ideas you may have. You can also leave those ideas in the Discord. There's a feedback channel there. And that is all. Farewell.